are you doing? Like, come on, man. Shadows. Shadows. In the shadows. In the shadows. I had to break out my old Colt 45. Everybody thinks these are Desert Eagles. 50 cals. Well, they're about big as 50 cal. So, they're Desert Eagle 50 cal, which I have a Desert Eagle. I'm just not, I don't never take it out, and I don't like people to shoot it because, you know. But my Colt 45, 8 round, Navy Colt 45. Yeah. People are sitting there going, what do you got? What do you got? Don't worry about what I got. What you want to worry about? Who you going to tell? It's like I have a friend that makes specialty rounds. What, 5.56, 223, whatever. You're not going to buy these rounds nowhere in the world. And damn, the one round to put the biggest bears down, hell, blow a hole in a well. Only problem is you can't shoot a whole bunch of them. Unless you want to spend a few thousand on a barrel. No, I was actually cleaning up I broke down my rifle again, my shotgun and my rifle. Actually, I broke them down just to see how they look. And I didn't really put a whole lot of rounds on, but anyway, how's it going this morning? Yeah, first thing I had on there was I turned the notifications back on. I should have left them off. I turned them off because I woke up at about, I think it was 4:30. I went to sleep early. I thought Westside was going to go live, and I told him to let me know, but I don't want to sleep, and I didn't wake back up. So I actually got a lot of rest last night. I'm rested, but I'm tired. But anyway, you see on there, I got UNDRIP and blah, blah, blah. At first I had on there something very, you know, some of bitches and blah, 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 excuse the language, but truth be told, that's what I had on there. And I said, let me change that. You know what I mean? I'm pulling up some stuff right now. These glasses off. I'm tired of wearing these glasses. I really am. I don't know why I continue to do it. Let me pull this up, all right? First of all, how many of y'all know about UNDRIP? Somebody put a post up. Well, somebody shared somebody's post to me because I don't be getting all their notifications. I got 2 Facebook accounts. And I was like, what is this? And he's like, yo, this is UNDRIP. And I was like, oh, I got that in my damn notes. I got that in my PDFs. Let me pull up my PDFs. I was like, dude, I got all that crap. You know, and I said I'm going to speak on it because I know a lot of you y'all follow these individuals and you don't know no better. And I'm not telling you to believe or not to believe or anything. I'm just saying, I don't know everything. All right. And I'm not here to say I know everything because I sure enough don't. All right. Okay. What I have been alluding to and expressing to you is be mindful of who you're dealing with and the information they're sharing and how you follow along. And why do I say that? Because people will keep you stuck in a system of perversions and you really believe that you're doing something because you're still vying in the enemy system. Do you think the enemy gives a damn about the system they created? And I'm saying this because most people will sit there and they'll be real elusive. Well, they obviously put it there for a reason. See, stupid people will say stupid things. They will convince themselves of many lies. That's like the people who dispute and disrespect people's religions. I do it with cordial. I say it with meaning because the etymology. But does it mean that something doesn't exist? Doesn't necessarily mean that. It means do the research. I have some Arabs who hit me up saying they have respect for what I say. And it bothers them because I go a little hard against Islam. But I says, you're not Islam. Islam is a practice. And I said to them, but are you practicing it? And they go, man, we never thought or looked at it like that. I'm like, come on. Everybody's so emotional. Nobody's paying attention to how men became so emotional. That was tea for the non-tea drinkers. For the tea drinkers, I think you got that. Christianity. 99.9% of Christians are the worst people on earth. And what was the transition? What was the change? It was 80-year change where, oh yeah, Christ will forgive you for any sins 1,000 times over. Well, you know the numbers they made up. I don't think people are really consummating the truth of all of it together. So what am I doing? I'm going into my documents, PDFs, downloads, blah, blah. So here are all my downloads, all right? Let's go ahead and pull up Drip. When I say downloads, I mean I got more than you can even imagine, okay? Because this is just what I do. And I think a lot of people say they do, but they have underlying reasons. Okay, so here I tapped on it. United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People. Why am I saying this? Because I'm going to get to something in a moment that's based on World Health Organization to bring you into the fold of their constitution, the constituents, and what may be possibly, this is for educational purpose, happening. And if anybody's breaking it down like this, then you let me know. So that way I'll go ahead and I'll take down this video. Resolution adopted by the General Assembly without reference, let me enlarge it. I'm verbatim. I'm not making none of this up. I didn't write this down. Without reference to main committee A61L67 and add 1. 61/295 United Nations Declaration, that's what you call it, pact of the, you know how they, whenever they write something, they've got to have all your goofy numbers for location and the fact that it exists. You know, this bill, that bill, or whatever, right? United Nations Declaration of Rights of Indigenous Peoples, the General Assembly, taking note of the recommendation of the Human Rights Council contained in its resolution, January 2nd of 29. What the? I gotta remember what this meant. Oh, hold on. Oh, the half day of the 29th on June 2006. So it means somewhere in the afternoon or the evening. About 6 or 12. You know, you get what I'm saying? By which the Council adopted the text of the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, 2006. Recalling its resolution 61/178 of 120, so that was the document, excuse me, of 20 December 2006. So 1/4/2 was the document. I got to remember this crap. It's been a while since I read this nonsense. December 2006, by which it decided to defer consideration of the action and the declaration to allow time for further consultations thereon, and also decided to conclude its consideration before the end of the 61st session of the General Assembly. Adopts the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples as contained in the annex to the present resolution, 107th plenary meeting, 13th December 2007. Why am I reading this? Because there's enough of them and there's scientists and doctors who are saying autochthonous or original people don't exist. They're pushing their narrative, their pseudo ideology based on a world of lies that everybody is mixed, and nobody really is mixed if we're the original autochthonous people. There's the perversion running around whose diet change, enemies who you don't know about have partook in certain things, and so these bastions of people exist, or things, whatever you want to call them. Annex, United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. The General Assembly, guided by the purposes and principles of the Charter of the United Nations, and good faith in the fulfillment of the obligations assumed by states in accordance with the Charter. The charter. Pay attention. Affirming that indigenous peoples are equal to all other peoples while recognizing the right of all peoples to be different, to consider themselves different, and to be respected as such. Are you paying attention to what it is saying? I must say this again based on the charter. What is the charter? By states in accordance with the charter, that branch or that group or that, listen, affirming that indigenous peoples are equal to all other peoples. So if we're autochthonous to the earth, to this soil, then who the fuck are the other peoples? Let's listen. Excuse my language. While recognizing the right of all peoples to be different, to consider themselves different, and to be respected as such. The division, the practice of division. Are we all supposed to be indigenous to these lands regardless of the original? And if everybody else comes from the original, what does that make them? Do you see why are people so complacent? What is the hardest thing to grasp? And we got somebody in here having a hard time hitting the light. And I'm going to go deeper because of your ignorance. I really don't care. And it might be you. It might be somebody from Facebook that came over and says, let me see what he's talking about. One of you Goombas. Affirming also that all peoples contribute to the diversity and richness of civilizations and cultures. What is civility and civilization? And cultures, which constitute the common heritage of humankind. Humankind, something likened unto cultures. So the diversity of division because of the fake world they've created based on wars. I've been showing y'all this, and I've been reading this stuff to you, so that way you may have a clear understanding, to which I believe most of you practically have no understanding at all, because you are solid in your world of inflicted deception. Affirming further that all doctrines, you know what that means, right? Policies and practices this is the conspiracy based on a theory that's relevant to the damn conspiracy. Affirming further that all doctrines, policies, and practices based on or advocating superiority of peoples or individuals on the basis of national origin or racial, religious, ethnic, or cultural differences. They push division and separation so hard. This is new age shit, people. This is not our ancestors' way. Of national origin or racial, religious, ethnic, or cultural differences are racist, scientifically false, legally invalid, and morally condemnable and socially unjust. Why is that need to be put there? Because the people who created all that are the ones who are redirecting it to bring a new focus, to say order out of chaos when order exists. They are the disruptors. But you don't know how to read this stuff because you don't really pay attention to what's being said. Why am I saying this? I'm not going to read all this. Y'all can go pull it up, download the PDF, and read it your goddamn selves. I done read it already. It took me a damn month to get all through all the chatter, and because it was just, every time I'm reading, I'm like, wow, nobody sees this? And I didn't even want to highlight. Now, why am I saying this? What are the four principles of the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples? The provisions set forth in the Declaration shall be interpreted in accordance with the principles of justice, democracy, respect for human rights, equality, non-discrimination, good governance, and good faith. What is fucking democracy? Didn't I tell y'all democracy is steeped in Marxism? An oligarch system of ideologies and narratives. I know everybody wants to believe in what they've been educated by false professors and teachers alike. Y'all love that shit. You just want to hold on it because you really believe it's democracy. This was a country. This was a union of countries called the Republic. Y'all don't even know that. None of you do. When I shared with Robel what books to look at, well, she picked up one. She found one that she ran with. There's many. And I've been telling people for a long time that these were countries. We were all unified. And when I say countries, not how you are perceiving them now. All right, this was a tribal affair of many nations. The greatest number, the old world. And we were the Republic. The flag we flew in battle was yellow with a dragon, an eagle. In peacetime was blue with a white star that represented the Republic. I'm not making this up. And here they go with a declaration. This is based upon principalities, a hidden archive, a hidden narrative by design. And yet they say for principles of justice. What is justice? Don't they mean just us, them? Who's going to say principles of justice? Like there's certain things that can be utilized for justice and certain things not? What justice? Order is the only truth. Justice is a construct. Like justice of the peace. What does that really mean? What does justice of the peace mean? Can somebody break that down for me? Please. Don't Google nothing. I want you to tell me what justice and of the peace means. Because see, a lot of people believe in justice when there is no justice because there is no order. Democracy. We just went over that. You want to go deeper? I got a video. You can go and dig it up in the archives if you want to know what democracy is based upon. I give the whole rundown on it. Respect for human rights. The hue of a man. Isn't that saying something outside of why have respect for the hue of a man and not respect man? Wouldn't that take care of respect of all the way around by being grace and showing and sharing grace upon one another? Equality and non-discrimination. It's well known before these Peckerwoods and these Zionist fake ass Jews came here. Well, they're the Jews. That's their made up identity. These Ashkenazis. Before they came here, they created that fake ass white and black shit to instill a so-called fanatical white superiority bullcrap, and to have people running with a label as if they're better than when that was never based on order. That was the deception and the destitute. What's the word? Not destitute. Well, it could be that. But the destruction of everything natural. A long path, a long road. It's known that Rockefeller, that family with that fake name, said no matter what, as they succumb to everybody stay focused on that path. And they made it as if they were being hunted and exterminated. Well, they were the first perversion to walk Earth. This Earth. And if they weren't, then what have they done? Now, why am I saying this? Well, we look at the World Health Organization. AP News verification. WHO pandemic treaty draft doesn't sign over U.S. sovereignty. Bullshit. If they say one thing, it says another. It does too. It doesn't matter what they say. AP, all of them, fact checkers, they're all liars. Do the research for yourself and listen to the whistleblowers and stop buying into their parliament. And we're going to get into their parliament tricks. Claim a legally binding World Health Organization pandemic treaty will give the organization the authority to control United States policies during a pandemic, including those on vaccines, lockdowns, school closures, and more. AP's assessment, their assessment. Do you know who AP? Do you know who they are? News Publication, part of BlackRock. Who are controlled. You know, the food pyramid, the one the woman put out there, where it didn't have all the crap you see in there right now. They're the ones that changed that to the crap you see in there. We don't need whole grains and all this crap they see. And then you have the FDA, BlackRock. You could buy a politician for 10, 5, I think cheaper than that now, because they're all rich. Well, fiat-wise, in their made-up world. Allowed all these poisons, all these chemicals, weeds, got everybody running around believing the medicinal things they label weeds, which cure, so you can stay taking J.D. Rockefeller's poison as medicine with these dumbass doctors who also are made deals with and paid. How can anybody be paid to betray life? Shows you the weakness in their perversion. The two of you can't hit like, you can get the fuck out of here, because I don't care about you motherfuckers. You're probably somebody I know, or you're probably some agent or one of these little fake-ass Ashkenazis walking around in uniforms over here being trained as if we don't know who the fuck you are. That's not emotion. That's just the reality of the situation. And then this little boy said the other day, says, why is the tree that you always hugging on, why are the branches that are facing your apartment dead, the leaves? I said, because I am dead. But most people like dramatics, and they think they know everything, and they don't know nothing, because nothing has happened. For a little while longer, I'm entertaining all of you motherfuckers, and then that's going to stop, and then we're going to see what really happens. The fact as the World Health Organization, to which they're not the world's health any fucking thing, meets on Monday. I don't like when people get outside themselves and start thinking there's some power. To discuss the first draft of the treaty, social media users they already carting bus loads of fucking beings around, stolen away a long time ago, and souped up and jacked up with all kind of uniforms and buses with tinted windows, with the people who are bought and paid to be in costumes to escort them, and nobody even is aware of that. You motherfuckers are too dumb because you don't know how to listen. You think that I'm the same. I told you, we are not the fucking same. And they don't know when to slow the fuck down. So there are things instilled. Checks and balances. Biden is about to give the China-controlled WHO power to control the United States. This will cover lockdown, supply chains, surveillance, and false news, claimed one Instagram post referring to the treaty draft. Now, I don't know about all that being true or not. I don't really care. Conservative blogs and commentators also shared misleading information about what kind of actions the treaty would trigger. The Biden administration is in the process of finalizing a deal that would give the WHO near total authority to dictate America's policies during a pandemic, to which they have been. They have literally come out on the fucking TV, the lie vision, all right, and they have stated the fuck this. Schwab and all them other goofy faggots. Why am I reading this? Let's just go over here for a minute. The Constitution of the World Health Organization. Now, I actually have this in my, I've had this for a minute. Let me see if I can pull it up. Download. Boom. Okay, one of my downloads. Let me read this for you. The states parties to this Constitution declare in conformity with the Charter of the United Nations that the following principles are basic to the happiness, harmonious relations, and security of all peoples. But they put a drug in you the FDA did not qualify. And they made the media lied and told you that it was okayed for emergency uses by the FDA, to which they have backed off and retracted. And then they come along, Trudeau's minions and these fake government motherfuckers. What? Don't blame us. We didn't make you get the jab. You know how many businesses, people committed suicide and people's jobs were lost? How many people in the military were kicked out with the bullshit these people are pushing? But you still want to sit here and listen to these goofy niggas talking about you got to get with UNDRIP and DRIP and UNDRIP and all this other dumb shit. You want to play their parliament tricks of lies? You want to follow niggas believing in paperwork and all this other stuff when I am telling you the shit don't matter? You have a hard time accepting the reality of somebody telling you otherwise because you have been so grafted and groomed to accept every fucking thing the enemy has given you, not knowing who the true enemy is, and that's you dumb motherfuckers. And you listen to other dumb motherfuckers who are exquisitely fucking dumb. So you run around here believing that you're going to fill out some form 11, 1, 8, or whatever the fuck, 1, F1, whatever the fuck, and it's going to make a difference. So I convey with people when people ask me something. So I say, yeah, well, yeah, this is the guy, Judah. Can you find out for me? I really only talking to people. And then, oh, well, they got to pay. And it goes from a certain amount to a certain amount of greedy motherfuckers. And I'm sitting there saying, they're not really paying attention when I talk. They're not really listening to me. First of all, should nobody be paying for a goddamn thing? Everybody should be out here helping everybody, but it shows the mentality of the people. And so I even make the statement because I'm the devil's advocate. Maybe you should charge him. And not paying attention because people aren't that intelligent. I'm sitting there telling him something he should go against to see if they're morally subjected and have moral standards. And I'm learning more and more that y'all don't have no moral fucking standards. That's for you, Alan Judah. And Rob Bell. Now tally, 216. Pay attention, Callie. Health is that state of complete fit. I'm not a debater about bullshit there's no debates about either. Either you get it or you're emotionally complicit to act with drama and everything else, which matters not the fuck to me. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. This is going to go back to the UNDRIP shit. Just hold on. Gotta take a fucking walk. Baby steps. The enjoyment of the highest attainable standard of health is one of the fundamental rights of every human being without distinction of race, religion, political belief, economic, or social condition. Yet they want you to run the gamut of all that because if they got war, they're telling you about what's going on. They're telling about red versus blue. They're telling about liberals versus conservatives. They want to force homosexual and lesbianism and fuck with your children. They want the schools to slowly program. So when the kids come home, there's an indifference and a difference. And then there's a battle between young and the old and all these things. But yet they tell you, these flawed motherfuckers, who will be dealt with, the health of all peoples is fundamental to the attainment of peace and security, and is dependent upon the fullest cooperation of individuals and states. Let's stop reading this shit. Let's go back over here. April 7, 1948, yet 1945 we'll cover. History, when diplomats met to form the United Nations. So you want to get into UNDRIP, motherfuckers? In 1945, one of the things they discussed was setting up a global health organization. World Health, that's the WHO's constitution came into force on 7 April 1948, a date we celebrate every year as World Health Day. Dumb motherfuckers, did you know that? No, you didn't. So who founded it? Wait till you show you this shit. This is fucking pathetic. You can't make this shit up. Assessed contributions are the amounts. First, let's read this. Okay? I've got a whole lot. WHO gets its funding from two main sources: member states paying their assessed contributions, countries' members' dues, and voluntary contributions from member states and other partners. So there's a forced payment. Now you may know why they're $10 trillion, the richest motherfuckers, forced. And who are these? Hold on. Member states and other partners. The biggest being the Zionist organization. Who are the fucking members? Let me read them to you. Then you start asking yourself, going from A to fucking Z. Afghanistan, Albania, Algeria, Andorra, Angola, Antigua and Barbuda, Argentina, Armenia, Australia, Austria, Azerbaijan, Bahamas, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Barbados, Belarus, Belgium, Belize, Benin, Bhutan, Bolivia, plurinational state, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Botswana, Brazil, Brunei, Darussalam, Bulgaria, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cabo Verde, Cambodia, Cameroon, Canada, Central African Republic, Chad, Chile, China, Colombia, Comoros, Congo, Costa Rica, Cote d'Ivoire, Croatia, Cuba, Cyprus, Czechia, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Denmark, Djibouti, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Egypt, El Salvador, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Estonia, I haven't said these words in a long time. Eswatini, Ethiopia, Fiji, Finland, France, Gabon, Gambia, Republic of the Congo, Georgia, Germany, Ghana, Greece, Ghana, every fucking body. Why motherfuckers fighting over there? Want to see something right here? Let me pull this up. Fucking idiots. No matter how much tea somebody gives a motherfucker, you motherfuckers will drink shit and eat piss. Isn't that backwards? That's pretty much what the fuck it is. Uzbekistan, Uruguay, United States, United Republic of Tanzania, United Kingdom of Great Britain, United Arab Emirates, Ukraine, Uganda. Watch this. Sweden, Switzerland, Syrian Arab Republic, Sri Lanka, Spain. Every one of them. Every fucking place. Russian Federation. Ukraine. So who's got them all fighting everybody? Who's got everybody fighting each other? Taking my motherfucking glory. Excess contributions to AC are the amounts each of the 196 members and associate members. An associate deals with a corporation. Militarized. Must pay, the World Health must pay, not ask, not just required, must pay the world to World Health Organization on all annual basis. The assessment scale is calculated by the United Nations based mainly on the country's GDP and is adjusted for World Health Organization membership. So if it's a membership, why must they pay? Founded in 1948, spoke upon in 1945. World War II was nothing but to usher in something that was drastic for the whole world. And every war, every fucking war has been with no purpose other than the sacrament, the sacrifice, while they prepare these troops of stolen away children. Oh, y'all think, what y'all think they was doing with the children? Are y'all that fucking dumb? Sons against fathers and daughters against mothers. Do you think and the distractions you've been studying is the fucking answer? You dumb motherfuckers listening to these dumb niggas in these suburbs and these cities who don't know shit, running around still rapping, don't even know what the fuck they're talking about, sharing some good information, but at the same time not knowing when to stay fucking quiet. They want to take your God when they don't have a clue about the bigger picture, what's really out there. They don't have a fucking idea. And that's why they should shut the fuck up. These motherfuckers running around with all these religions, yet you come from one body of fucking people. And y'all don't even have a clue because the enemy has subjugated and diverted and subjugated and changed, manifested all the perversions, and nobody's accepting that reality. And motherfuckers are willing to fight one another based on the hypocrisy of it all to establish a fake order. When you read the Parliament tricks, it's United States of America, which their countries that really never had to be recognized as united because they didn't fight no fucking war to establish or create anything. We were fighting them motherfuckers coming here, so we wrote this fake ass history. See, knowing in the truth is the motherfucker that sets you free. Motherfucker, you ain't. I tell Pepper all the time, yeah, my great was in the. I said, no, he wasn't. And they look at me like I'm crazy. Well, I don't care about them pictures. A lot of motherfucking pictures were taken of a whole lot of folk to stand there and portray something that never fucking happened in a whole lot of costumes. I don't bite my tongue. And if they want to fight, well, what the fuck? Fuck it, man. The war ain't stopped yet. The real one hasn't taken place, motherfuckers. But when you read it down, they just put United States, which is not America. I'm fucking done talking about it. I didn't have to go back to UNDRIP because you saw who created that. The United Nations. But they got all these fake professors, scientists, and doctors, and all these geneticists, all these fraudulent motherfuckers. We're talking about, the autochthonists. They don't use the autochthonists. They know better. Oh, the original people really don't exist. They don't. And all these peckerwoods who don't know no better because their identities are fucking fraudulent as hell. Y'all still looking at Sarnetta and them goofy motherfuckers? Them dumb punk ass motherfuckers. Y'all still watching them goofy niggas? If I was them, I'd stop what I was doing. If I was them. Polite, faggot ass self. Sarnetta, Jabberee, whatever the fuck that faggot is. If I was any of them, I'd stop what I'm doing. I would literally stop. I don't give a fuck about being Kappa Phi Sigma, whatever the fuck they belong to, walking around with a little goofy mason. I would stop if I was them. I have nothing against the homosexual population. Trust me, I don't. My godfather, who helped raise me, was as gay as a motherfucker could be, but he was a man around me. He made sure of that. When whatever came over, you got to go. Oh, what's going on, Pop? It's time to go. I walk out, see some motherfucking nigga with motherfucking look like he came from Cali with the drip. You know, everybody was wearing that shit. And he walking in there switching. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I learned, you know, but that's still my, you know, my godfather, regardless. Tyrone. A great motherfucker to me. So I have no problem. My sister's gay as fuck, married a woman. Then when I had found a Pelican dude just to make a motherfucking baby. Pathetic. But that comes from the diets being different, where she was at, whatever little trauma she dealt with. I got the worst of the physical out of every fucking one of my brothers and sisters. They can't hold a light to the abuse that I received, but it was with purpose. Maybe it would have been best for her to kill me. No more secrets. Like I said, I'm running out of patience and time. I said I wanted to make some super babies. But you motherfuckers like being around the little dumb, you weak niggas, or you ladies. And you dudes think we're the same. Well, there's people that know me, where I grew up at, and there's people that serve with me, know what I've done when I was in the service. And then they knew that they had to get me the fuck out of there. I got to equal balance. I got to have balance on the playing field, right? Why has he got guns, man? Talking like that. Why don't y'all stop thinking? Because you don't know how to. Why don't you be practical and elevating yourself? Finding some ascension. Why don't you stay focused instead of with your ADHD? I'm going to start calling it super fucking ADHD. But you take vitamins. This physical body, they fucked every one of them up. This ain't shit. You can manifest and change it. You just don't get it, do you? I told you to look in the mirror. I told you to make eye-to-eye contact with your fucking selves. I told you to do it with your animals, with the so-called significant others. Significant. Do you know that puts you in the lower place? Don't even use that word no more. I told you to allow yourself to dream, to find a dream, to seek out a dream. You have to change. All right, fuck it, don't. Don't change. Do me a favor. I'm getting real fucking tired. I'm gonna get the fuck up off of here, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna read and see how many of y'all pay the fuck attention to what I'm reading. You know every goddamn thing. Cure Meal is about the best motherfucker on here. My boy, my brother, young brother, Westside, is doing very good. Rondo's very informative, just a little too quiet. Snoo is researching and coming into the fold of truth. She's got to just pay attention to the information she searches out. I hate these things how they leave a band around your head. I don't even tie it tight. Anyway, there's many others who are informative. Knife's son has a wreath of information. DJ knows a lot of shit that I know. But he's got to slow it down with you guys, because most people look at that like he's crazy. That's why they ask me. I'm saying just pay attention. Take fucking notes. Words and things have been displaced and changed for some time. Pay attention to every fucking body. Everybody's a piece of the fucking puzzle. I'm not going to ask y'all fucking again. We have 3 new subscribers. I appreciate y'all joining the tribe. But it's bigger than what you know. And when I said Hebraicism was a way of life, not a fucking religion, not an I fucking did. If that was the case, why would these goofy motherfucking retards steal your identities away? The 4 corners, the greatest number of people, the eldest of the brothers, the siblings. Why are you not paying the fuck attention and catching on to the little tea that I've been giving? But you still want to buy into this bullshit, these lies, this abscond from the reality of truth? These motherfuckers don't know no more truth because of the lives they've lived for so long. I hate these fucking words. All right? Well, I'm not here saying it's all based upon facts of what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is you need to research this shit and stop listening to these dumb niggas who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because they're starting to get on my motherfucking nerves. And stop sharing me their fucking information, because I don't give a fuck about what they're talking about. Because they don't know shit. Motherfuckers are scared to come over here. And even the little machine and the motherfucking agencies are fucking up. I warned them a long time ago and said, leave me alone. Now these little goofy Zionists getting pegged up their ass. And there's certain people that put themselves on high who got to live a little too fucking long. Believe the gambit. They better pay attention to the sun. Hey, baby. What's going on, beloved Rondo? Yeah, that was the snooze. She was the first one in here. Y'all know that. Benji, what's going on, beloved? Mikey Hill, beloved. Pearl, how you doing, beloved? Original Lone Wolf, beloved. Herbo, beloved, what's going on? Anthony Lowe, what's going on, beloved? I hope y'all got something out of this time. See y'all later. Beloved sisters, brothers, 2 into 1. Do you fucking get that yet? I bet all this think that's just my salute, my signature fucking move, huh? I said I'd be testing y'all. And you motherfuckers keep failing.